Yes! Alrighty. What's up, my peeps? You great people, my peeps. What's up, my peeps? And you pieces of shit and scumbags. Peter Joseph here for video number 2 on your 2 for Wednesday. This time, once again, here on the Peter fucking Joseph channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video and hit that subscribe button down there. I think we all know where it is. In the description box below, on this channel and my other channels down there. So do it now. Excuse me, subscribe the video and my channels. Friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, share the video all over the goddamn internet. Most importantly, tap and slap that bell. Smack it around, you know what to do with it. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss another video, and if you do, well, fuck you, man. You missed it. You missed it. So, go fuck yourselves. That's pretty much it. And this is your first time watching, you see my gorgeous, sexy face that your mothers and your girlfriends love. It's true. But anyway, if this is your first time watching, well, welcome to the party, pal! I hope you enjoy the ride, and if you like the content, you want more of it, please hit that subscribe button on this channel, and show my other channels you'll love and support. Subscribe to those as well. And don't forget to like the video and hit that goddamn bell. Because it's kind of there for a reason. Whatever reason that is, but it is what it is. But if you're new, welcome to the channel. And like I said, I hope you enjoyed the ride. And if not, you can hop off and go on somebody else's channel that does lame as fuck videos with like 5 subs. That's sad. But it is what it is. That's that. You don't like it, get the fuck off, block me, don't come back. But you will, because you're so fucking obsessed with me, because you love my dick so much. You love it. You love it. You love it. You want more of it. Hoo! That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Wednesday night, and you know what that means, it is time for your late night AEW Dynamite review for September the 13th, 2023. Hope everybody had a great Wednesday. We have, as of this video, 9 days left of summer. About a little over a week left of summer officially, as the fall season begins next Saturday. Officially next Saturday is the beginning of fall, so the temperatures, really this weekend is going to be a little bit chilly, you know, low 70s, so it's going to be great, instead of the humidity and the bleh that's been over the last couple of days, but, so the temperature's going to start going down over the next month or so, and then by November, pretty much, it's going to be cold, not that cold, but cold, so get your fall clothes ready, your hoodies ready, and pretty soon you might have to get the winter jacket out. And bundle up, fire up those, you don't have to fire up the AC anymore, you have to fire up the heat, the boiler, whatever you got. Heater, boiler, fireplace, whatever you want. And, that's it. So get ready. The fall season is fast approaching, and right around the corner, that horrible season of winter for some of you here in the Northeast and other places, except for like down south and the West Coast. Because you don't see some of that. You don't see winter that much unless you're in the mountains. in the West, and down in Florida, you get nothing. You get some cold weather, but not cold weather. I think the coldest it ever got in Florida was like around 40-something degrees at night. Well, I think in the daytime, but most of the time in Florida is like, in the winter, it's like about 50 to about 70 degrees if you go down to Miami. It's around 70 during the winter, which isn't bad, but it's doable. All you have to really do is wear some pants and you wear a hoodie, you're fine. You don't have to worry about the winter too much down in Florida. So that's why a lot of people around, right around Christmas, they go down to Florida for a little bit and they come back. They come back in like March when the spring is back. So then they go back and they go back like around Easter, and they go back in the summer. It's like, I want to go back to Florida. I don't want to live here. But it is what it is. That's that. So enjoy the last actual full week of summer next week, because the summer is over. I am in command. No, I'm not in command, but it is what it is. So summer is done. Fall's beginning. Got Halloween coming up in about a month from now. Thanksgiving coming up 2 months from now. And then after that, we all know what's coming after Thanksgiving. The greatest month in the world. The greatest day in the world. Which is my birthday. So that's fast approaching. 3 months and 10 days from now. Or so. But, it's coming, I'm dreading, not really dreading it, because, birthdays are always happy times sometimes, but, pretty soon I'll be 50, 2026. I'll be a big 5-0. You know what that means. When you hit 50, it's all downhill from here, but pretty much when I hit 40, it was downhill. I'm not making that up. I'm telling the truth. Since I've been like 6 years ago when I turned 40, which was 2017 or 16-ish, 16. Just like health's been up and down. Mentally, I've been up and down for like since really I turned 40, but it is what it is. Get through the day and everything. It's life. You go through ups and downs in your life with money and your health, your mental health, and your physical health. As you get older, it gets harder. Especially when you get to, like, my age, 40, 50, even though you know whose age, but, she's a little bit older than me, but not too old. But, she's getting there. She's getting there. So, something to look forward to, getting the 50s and the 60s, and then, then you gotta worry about your 70s and 80s, because your body's gonna be like shit. Mentally, your head is like mush. But, some people have great lives. They live into their 80s and 90s. They haven't had a freaking illness. It's crazy. But, I wish we could all live forever, but we can't. There's no fountain of youth. We can just drink from the fountain of youth and like say, oh, we drink it. We're still 21 again. It's not like that movie Cocoon where we can all go into like a freaking pool what has special powers and like I feel 21 again. I wish there was like a pool that we can all go into. We don't have. You can be 90 years old and then you go in. You you go in the pool. Next thing you know, I don't have arthritis or diabetes. Any of that shit. But we don't have that. I wish we did, but we don't. Alright, enough about that. Boo, funky. But I hope everybody had a great Wednesday, and I hope you have a great weekend coming up. The final official weekend of summer. So, Go out and enjoy it, motherfuckers. If not, well, at least do something. Because some of you need a life. that's for sure. But I digress. Alright, on this late Wednesday night, November, not even November, where am I? September the 13th, 2023, right here on the Peter Joseph channel. Once again, my name is Peter Joseph, your tribal god, and you will acknowledge me. Whether you like it or not, you will acknowledge me. So throw up your ones, like Roman. So, I'm Peter Joseph. I'm a content creator talking about the world of professional wrestling or whatever the fuck I want to talk about. If you like it, then hit that bell to get more and smash that like button. That's that. And also, once again, I talked about this in my last video, which is in the description box below, talking about the Royal Rumble coming to the Tampa St. Pete area. And it's going to be at the Tropicana Field, where the Tampa Bay Rays play, January the 27th, 2024. Now, in the video, I said it was going to be at Raymond J. Stadium, but upon further review, I looked at the story that I read it, and I glossed over that it was going to be at the Tropicana Field, so I put it in the comments. So, my bad. So, you know, I mess up every once in a while, but once in a video, I usually mess up on something, but it is what it is. But anyway, Royal Rumble 2024, January 27th, from the Trop in Tampa, St. Pete, Florida. That's going to be pretty damn good. So for all you all going to go there, have fun. Should be warm enough for you guys down there in Tampa. You don't have to worry about hurricanes or anything like that. Maybe some rain. But nothing like the hurricanes, or anything like that. Like Hurricane Lee, you know, especially if you live in the Boston area. You know, it's not going to hit you full on. I mean, you're going to get like a lot of wind. Even here in the Northeast this weekend, we're going to get some wind from Hurricane Lee, which is, you know, kind of meandering closer to the coast of Massachusetts. So Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, even you in Boston, watch out. But supposed to like make a direct hit in Maine. So anybody in Maine, well, you're screwed. Pretty much screwed. So we already hit the peak of hurricane season now, kind of going on a downslope a little bit. Because as we hit the end of this September, October, we gotta always worry about, especially October, because remember, you know, as we get near the end of October, don't see that many hurricanes, and then really hurricane season ends at the end of November. So, but we've had some really memorable storms in October, especially here in New York City. Superstorm Sandy, just crazy. 2012, I believe. Right before Halloween. Just a mess here in New York City. Houses and shit. Basically, some of them are gone. Some of them got ruined, and some of them had to, you know, some of them, you know, they were like low level, and then they had to, you know, build after a few years. They had to build, and they had to get elevated, and it's just a long time and shit. But thank the Lord, thank you, Almighty God, that Casa del Gilmore, Joseph, didn't get sunk basically underwater, and all we lost was a goddamn refrigerator. That's it. But now I have I have a refrigerator that's old, that's, you know, still here. Not the one I lost, but I bought we bought a new one. You know, but a lot of changes here in Casa del Gilmore land. You know, the lights over there, not security lights, they're actual lights. They're not security lights. But I have that. I have one over there. I got a new ceiling fan in the other room. You know, some. I got the same lights in my bedroom now. Made it more, makes the house look brighter. Bought a lot of stuff, I'll tell you that much, and it cost a lot. I didn't pay a lot for that muffler, no. But, a lot of stuff I bought with my own money because I have a job. Unlike certain people, we know. That their job is just to be idiots on YouTube, basically. Thinking they're freaking cops, and they're not. Makes me laugh. You're a pedophile, we're gonna go after you! Oh yeah, what proof? With what proof? Is nothing. Oh, you said this 10 years ago. 10 years ago. The statute of limitations is over. But you said this about a kid 3 years ago. Statute of limitations, over. Just because you hate me or you hate somebody else for what they did years ago doesn't make them a pedophile. Makes, it might be weird, but doesn't make them a pedophile. Just saying. So if you want to be a crusader, take the law into your own hands, you're not going to go far. You're not going to get that far. Except for a lawsuit for defamation of character and slander. Because you really have no proof. But I don't think a judge or a jury is going to even give two shits about something that happened 3 to 10 years ago. Or 11 years ago. Nobody's going to give two shits about that. So, loser! So, take your L and stick it straight up your ass with that with the spike colonic that you all pass around. While you're at it, drink my milk. That's that. So that whole everything is, that whole situation is over. It takes time to move on. It's been like 11 years, 3 years, 11 years, 4 years, whatever it is. Move the fuck on and grow up. And if you can't, you need to see a psychiatrist. Seriously, you need help. I don't. You do. I don't. But anyway, let's move on from that. Alright, so let's get to your AEW Dynamite review for earlier, not earlier, but tonight. And it comes your way from the Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati, Ohio. Moxley country. Even though he lives in, doesn't he live in Cleveland? No, he's from Cincinnati, so I think. One of those dumb fucking cities. Because Ohio sucks dick anyway. It is what it is. Cleveland sucks, we all know that. Cincinnati pretty much sucks. And everywhere else in Ohio pretty much sucks. And that's it. Alright, so as always, our commentary team of The Man Behind the Mask, Excalibur, the resident Met fan, from Red Hook, brother, Brooklyn, New York, brother, Taz, and the man himself, the legendary man, the man who should be in the Hall of Fame, my friend, Tony Baloney Schiavone, along with Renee Paquette and that idiot Alex Marvez in the back with those interviews. And that's it. Alright, so this is like really the go home episode before next week's mega event, Grand Slam, from Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium in Queens, New York City. So that's gonna be, already the card looks stacked. Gonna be a great show next week. See how that goes. We got a lot of matches next week. So really this week was kind of like storyline progression. We're gonna get more Rampage this week, and on Saturday, Collision. So we got that. So next week, Grand Slam, Dynamite Live, and Rampage taped next week. And then Collision, we all know is live. So we got that. But pretty soon, about a couple weeks from now, probably about 3-4 weeks from now, I'd say about a couple weeks to a month from now, baseball is going to take over TBS and TNT. So there's gonna be some preemptions for Dynamite. I assume there might be one or two in October. Friday Night Rampage might get preempted to an earlier slot or a later slot. I don't know what they're gonna do there. Collision, especially Collision, might be preempted on Saturdays because of baseball, the playoffs and everything. And then as we go further into this year, basketball, hockey, especially on TNT. So Rampage might be preempted on Friday nights. I don't think anything on Saturday, because really there's no really big games on Saturday night for hockey usually. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that as we go through the rest of this year. So there might be some preemptions for Dynamite in October, along with Rampage and maybe Collision. But check your local listings and fire up your DVR respectively. So we move on. Alright, so this show tonight, like I said, really storyline based. Only 4 matches. But the big one was Samoa Joe and Rowdy in the finals of the Grand Slam tournament. The winner faces Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker for the AEW World title. We had that, but like I said, a lot of storyline, a lot of segments galore. So, some people thought it was rushed, this show was rushed, it was like on the spot stuff. I'm like, nah, not that way. This show wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad. But, I mean, holy shit, NXT last night, 850,000 views. Wow. Thanks to Becky, basically. Becky! And basically, that final quarter hour, they had almost over 1 million views, because a lot of people were watching that match. Woo! I think AEW needs to step it up a bit. Especially with the rumor, not really accurate, because you know how things are on the internet. But there was a rumor going around that NXT might go back to Wednesday nights. I don't think that's true. I don't think, Hunter and Nick Khan, man, want to even do that. Go head to head with AEW again. Remember what happened a couple years ago? Got beat like 40 some odd weeks in a row, basically 40 some odd weeks. I don't know if it was in a row or 40 some odd weeks back in a couple years ago. Basically, I think it was 2021 early and a little bit of 22. But AEW and just like destroyed NXT. I mean, there were some weeks that NXT won, not many, but usually when Dynamite was like preempted. But yeah, Dynamite just like destroyed NXT. But now NXT is just probably the best thing on Tuesday nights, and now they want to bring it to Wednesday nights. I think that would be a very bad idea. But then again, the way it's going, I think they could beat AEW in the ratings, because AEW hasn't been doing so good in the ratings lately. I mean, they'll still get their 800, 800, maybe 900 and change, depending on how good the show is, and a lot of people will watch. But, it might be a dogfight on Wednesday night, but I think AEW might squeak it out if NXT went back to Wednesday night, but we'll have to see. But it's just a rumor. It's not true. Take it with a grain of salt. I didn't clickbait or anything like that. I just, heard it through the grapevine on Twitter. And as we all know, don't believe everything you hear on Twitter, or on the internet for that matter. But I was just reading copy. So, but like I said, rumor, and I put the question mark on it. So that definitely means it's not clickbait. I'm not, people that, make up stories and shit. You know. They just don't make up rumors like, oh, this guy's coming back, and he never comes back. Like, oh, I thought you said he was coming back. I just read the rumor. But as we know, rumors usually don't come true. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's that. Alright, so let's start off with match number 1 for the AEW Workhorse title. Basically the international title, the IC belt, which is now held by Jon Moxley. So Moxley comes out by himself as he takes on Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. So Big Cass comes out with Absolute Ricky Starks by his side. Match itself was okay, and you can't have a Moxley match without Moxley bleeding, and we get that. So Moxley starts off hot, trying to chop this big redwood tree named Big Cass down, but Bill catches a charge, tosses Moxley with a fallaway slam, and then they go outside the ring. Moxley gets thrown into the guardrail. Ow. Then into the ring announcer's table. Ow. And then, Moxley sends, Big Cass sends Moxley reeling with a big boot on the outside. And you see Moxley's already almost 5 minutes into the match. He's busted wide open over his freaking left eye. Look, he was gushing blood. So Moxley's like bleeding. And then it kind of wakes him up. Hey, you're stealing my gimmick! Because, when I used to wrestle in the XWF, every time I bled, not like Moxley, I didn't mox, Moxley bleeding like every fucking match, but when I was like wrestling in the XWF, when I was bleeding like a pig, woke me up when I started kicking some fucking ass! That's why I won a ton of titles. It is what it is. Even, speaking of, the XWF in my old EFED days, one of my good friends, Chris Chaos, actually got in touch with me, and, one of my videos, he's like, hey, I got an EFED, you want to come in? I'm like, it was tempting. I was tempted to take him up on that offer, go back to my XWF days, not XWF, but his Fed. But, I'm a little bit rusty, so I would have came in on maybe a part-time basis. But, I mean, it would have been hard to, do all the stuff I used to do back in the XWF. But, he wanted me to hit him up on Discord, and I barely even use Discord as it is. So I'm like, he's like, well, what are we gonna do? It's like, well, I got Twitter. So, I haven't really talked to him that much, but, never say never. Never say never to me returning to the EFED world. But, I got better things to do. But never say never. Anyway, we move on. Alright, so where he left off. So the blood wakes Moxley up. He hits a superplex off the top rope, and then Moxley charges and tries for a King Kong lariat, but Big Cass counters with a spinning Bossman Slam or Black Hole Slam by Abyss for a near fall. But Moxley comes back and it's like, bring it, motherfucker! As he eats a boot to face. And then, Moxley's like, I got the adrenaline pumping. Not like Cody. Adrenaline in my soul. I'm gonna cut another boring as fuck promo. No! Fuck Cody. Fuck Cody and his stupid fans. But I digress. So Moxley got the adrenaline flowing. Then he launches some elbows on Big Cass. Then he hits the big King Kong lariat for a near fall. And then the hammer and anvil elbows to Big Cass. Looks for the rear naked choke, the bulldog choke, but Big Cass fights to the ropes, breaks the hold. Then he looks for a running big boot and Moxley counters with a Gilmore Kata! Bang! Stop stealing my move, dude. And then he heads up top, but Ricky Starks gets involved in the match and crotches him on the top rope behind the referee's back, per se, even though the referee's like right by the freaking rope. Look at that Big Cass because he like fell in the ring, hit the freaking guardrail, and he looked like he was out. And then Ricky Starks like pushes Moxley off the top onto the ropes, like where the referee was. Where he was like, and then Moxley's like down, and then we see Ricky Starks like, ooh, like he fell down. And I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, Big Cass comes back in, hits a running boot for a near fall, and then Bryan Danielson. Yes! He comes out, attacks Ricky Starks on the outside, and then Moxley with a roll up for a near fall, but he runs into another big boot in the corner. Then Big Cass basically goozles him, grabs him by the neck, and hits one hell of a choke slam for a near fall. And then some ground and pound. Moxley then locks in the triangle choke. But Big Cass deadlifts Mox, but Mox transitions into a straight armbar. Did he do that last week? I think he did that last week. Yeah, pretty much did it last week. The Fujiwara armbar, Code Red, whatever you want to call it. And Big Cass tapped out. So, Jon Moxley retains the AEW International title, the Workhorse title, because it's defended every week, which I think is nice for the champion, that is getting defended every week, like unlike other belts. And whoever's the champion is basically the Workhorse champion, like Orange Cassidy was. Not so much Pac, but Moxley defending the belt every week against different challengers. Orange Cassidy did it. I wonder who's going to be next. It was great to see this title getting some freaking recognition, which is great. And that's it. Alright, so I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Ricky Starks comes in. He doesn't come in. He's on the outside, kind of still out of it. Then he blindsides Bryan Danielson, sending him to the ring steps. Ow! Then him and Big Cass jump Moxley. And then, of all people, Claudio Castagnoli comes out. And comes in and makes the save. Hits one mean tiger uppercut on Big Cass, knocking him outside the ring. So, we pretty much got that, and I believe it's I think it's on Rampage. No, I think it's on Rampage, or it's gonna be next week. No, not next week. It's gonna be on, I believe, Rampage or Collision. We got Moxley and Claudio teaming up against Big Cass and Ricky Starks. That should be pretty fun. And that's pretty much it. Also, we find out that next week at Grand Slam, Mox is going to defend the belt against Rey Fenix, who Moxley took out right before All In. And Rey Fenix wants revenge. Revenge. So we'll see what happens with that. We got a segment coming up with Rey Fenix I'll talk about in a second. So we got all that. In a bag of chips. And where was Wheeler Yuta? Who cares? Because Wheeler Yuta is the type of person that, well, nobody cares about. I made a joke in East's chat today. It was so funny. We were talking about Roddy's neck injury. It's like Roddy's neck strong and shit. So I made like a bunch of jokes. Like Roddy's neck is stronger than Wheeler Yuta's fighting spirit. Yeah, God, I love it. And then I had another one. Roderick Strong's neck is stronger than Wheeler Yuta's pickup game. That's how strong it is. Because Wheeler Yuta has no game at all. That's why he's still a virgin. Right, Paul? That's his real name, Paul. I think his real name is Paul Gruber or some shit like that. Nice name, jerk off. But, I digress. We move on. Now, if you're a Wheeler Yuta fan, God bless you. You have no life. I fucking hate Wheeler Yuta. Fuck him. That's that. Alright, then we go to the ring. Or after the commercial, we go to the ring. Tony Baloney's in the ring. And talks about, Takeshita and Don Callis. Takeshita beating Kenny basically 2 weeks in a row at All In and All Out. So it's really got Kenny's number. And so Tony Baloney calls out Don Callis. On cue, comes out with Takeshita to unveil their new masterpiece, their new painting. So Don says that since Takeshita beat Kenny not once but twice, he's now going to be referred to as the Alpha. Really? Really? The Alpha, Kensuke Takeshita. That's great. Anyway, so Cal's like, we're gonna reveal our next target, and it's gonna hurt Kenny, it's gonna destroy him, and it's gonna hit right in the heart of Mr. Kenny Omega. So they reveal it, and it's Kota Ibushi, Kenny's lover, best friend, tag team partner in the Golden Lovers. So Takeshita's really going after Kenny, and Don Callis really going after Kenny, and going after his best friend Kota Ibushi. And I would not be surprised if that match happens at Wrestle Dream October the 1st, coming up in 3 weeks. So we got all that. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. I liked how freaking... I think Don Callis watches some of our videos because he called Kenny Omega a cuck. They was like, what? That was like, wow, really, dude? He said that, and you see people in the background like, oh shit, what the fuck is a cuck? Look it up, jerk off. You don't know what a cuck is, come on. Come on. Just look at YouTube, there's a whole bunch of cucks on YouTube. I might be one, but I'm a sexy one. But I digress. We move on. Alright, so like I said, I gave that segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. So Takeshita now is targeting Kenny's best friend, Kota Ibushi. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to the back with Alex Marvez with the Blackpool Cook Club. I don't even think we saw Wheeler Yuta. I might have missed it, but who cares? Basically, it's it's Danielson. Well, yeah, Wheeler Yuta wasn't there. Thank the Lord for that. So we had Bryan Danielson, still bloody Jon Moxley, and the Ring of Honor champion Claudio Castagnoli. They talk about Moxley's big win, stuff like that. Bryan Danielson says that they love it when things escalate. So Danielson challenges Ricky Starks and Big Cass to a tag team match on Collision. There you go. It's going to be on Collision this Saturday night, live. And then Alex Marvez reminds them that Moxley and Claudio have championship matches at Grand Slam. Moxley will take on Rey Fenix. And we all know Claudio will defend the Ring of Honor World title against Eddie Kingston's New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, title for title, in Eddie's backyard, basically. Because he's from the Bronx. We got that. So then after that, Rey Fenix comes in and he has to get held back by Alex Abrahantes and his brother Pentagon Zero. And then a whole bunch of security comes in, breaks it all up. Danielson's trying to, calm down Moxley and everything. And then I missed all that we see Eddie Kingston and Claudio just staring a hole in each other. No fisticuffs, nothing. Eddie starts laughing. He says, 1 week. 1 more week. We'll see. Can Eddie win the big one? Can he win the Ring of Honor title in his hometown? I would think that he will, because it's in basically New York, his hometown. But I just have a feeling that Claudio's gonna retain it somehow, win the New Japan Strong Openweight title, or really do nothing with it. So it'll be a double champion belt, but he'll definitely lose that New Japan Strong belt. It's basically a worthless title. And then eventually, I think Eddie will get really mad, and then we might get one more match with Claudio and Eddie. I still wanted to be a final battle. I doubt it's gonna happen, but because I still think Mark Briscoe's gonna come back and challenge Claudio, and that's when Mark Briscoe finally takes the title and finally wins his first major title ever in Ring of Honor. But Claudio and Eddie, I think if they do one more match, it has to be Fight Without Honor. What else can you do? Cage? Nah. Fight Without Honor is basically, Ring of Honor's version of Hell in a Cell without the cage. That's it. So I think that's where this long rivalry is gonna end. But we'll see. So next week, Eddie Kingston defending his belt against Claudio's belt, title for title. And then we got Moxley and Rey Fenix for the international title. And that's pretty much it. And don't forget, on Collision, we got Bryan Danielson and I believe it's Moxley Moxley and Bryan Danielson against Ricky Starks and Big Cass. So got that on Collision. So I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Renee Paquette in the back with Send for the Man. Get in here, Hook. So, Hook, ladies and gentlemen, he comes in, the FTW champion for a second time. And Renee's asking him what's so different with this run than the first run, where he was basically undefeated, then lost to Jack Perry, who we still haven't seen. I think he's gonna get fired. Just a matter of time before Tony Khan just pulls the plug on him and he's fired. We'll see. But before Hook can even say anything, our good friend, former international champion, freshly squeezed orange juice, Orange Cassidy, comes in, and when they ask him, "What the hell are you doing here?" and Cassidy's really lamenting that he doesn't have a belt anymore. Hook, you have a belt. I don't have a belt anymore. I thought they were teasing maybe a match. I don't know about that, but we'll see. So Hook basically tells Orange Cassidy, you were one hell of a champion. And then Orange is like, thanks, man. Fist bump. And that's it. Hook leaves. And then Renee's like, are you okay? And Orange Cassidy's like, I'm still so tired. That's what happens when you defend it 29, 30 weeks in a row. That's why they call it the workhorse title, because you're defending it every goddamn week. I feel bad for Mox. He still hasn't got that vacation. As far as I know. Renee Paquette is pissed. When are you gonna take that vacation? Whenever they give it to me. Can you just grab the title already so I can go on vacation? Why don't you just go yourself, Renee? You don't need Mox. But, yeah, wherever you go, Renee, watch out for the shoe! And we got that. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Speaking of the woman with the shoe, we go to match number 2, fatal 4-way match to see who faces Saraya Knight in New York City next week for the AEW Women's Championship. We had the native beast, Nyla Rose, Hikaru Shida, the beautiful Toni Storm, watch out for the shoe, and our good friend, yours and mine, say it with me now, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, Baybayy. So we got that. Match was alright. Obviously, the winner, we all know the winner was gonna be Toni Storm. Most of you thought, you thought Britt Baker was gonna win? Nah, Britt Baker's never gonna get that title. Cause she even said, if you did watch All Access, she's like, it'd be nice to have the title, but I'm not, I don't want the title that much now. I'm like, wow, really? You don't even want the TBS title? So Britt Baker really doesn't want to be a champion no more, I guess. She just wants to elevate the women's division. I understand that. Okay. I would have been nice to see Sheeta win and get her actual one-on-one rematch for the belt against Saraya. That would have been nice. Nyla, nothing bad to say about Nyla. I've known her for a few years. Not like that, but, I've seen her in the indies, so. But we don't see her a lot on Dynamite, or even, most of the time we see her on Rampage, a little bit on Collision here and there, but not much. She's with Marina Shafir. I mean, I think, her title reign was good. After getting it from Sheeta, losing it to Sheeta. That whole feud was great. I mean, Nyla versus Rio. That was good. But nowadays, Nyla Rose, not so much. But she's still a dominant force in the women's division, so we gotta respect that. Alright, so lots of action in this match. We get a brain buster by Toni Storm to Hikaru Shida. So we got that. And then more tension between Hikaru Shida and Britt Baker, baby. So it's just a matter of time before Hikaru Shida turns heel on Britt Baker. So there's a little bit of tension, but then Britt and Shida are like, nope, no, we can't fight now, but we will later. So Nyla comes in, hits the Beast Bomb on Toni Storm. And then Hikaru Shida hits that wicked knee strike to the back of the head of Toni Storm and Nyla Rose at the same time. Goes for the cover, gets a near fall. Then she hits the katana on Nyla Rose. She rolls up Nyla, but Britt Baker hits a super kick right in her face, where she did not sit well with Shida after the match. Then Britt hits the stomp on her. Looked like she was about to go to New York City to go to New York City and face Saraya for the belt, but Toni Storm comes out of nowhere with a fruit roll-up on our resident Dr. Britt Baker, baby. 1, 2, 3. Toni Storm goes to New York City to face Saraya Knight for the AEW Women's Championship. So the Outcasts, or what's basically left of the Outcasts, which is really Saraya and Ruby Soho, gonna all be in New York City, and we'll see what happens. I think Saraya will retain, even though, Toni Storm's this whole Toni Monroe gimmick, but she's like Madonna, this weird, she's out of her gourd gimmick, is good. She's gonna get a nice push, but is he gonna give her the title? Probably not. But I like where she's going, that she's all heartbroken with losing the title. She's losing her mind, throwing a shoe. Watch out for the shoe. But we'll see what happens with that. So Toni Storm gets the win, and I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, we see Renee Paquette in the back with Saraya Knight and Ruby Soho in the back, and Renee was like teasing an implosion with the Outcast. Basically, Saraya says Toni lost everything to her, and basically, I took everything from her, and Toni's just basically lost her gourd. So that's it. So we'll see what happens next week on the program. 4 big title matches. on the show. We got the world title, the international title, the women's title, and what other title we have? I think the tag titles will be on the line too. I have to check that. Well, yeah, I think so, because it's world title, MJF and whoever wins between Samoa Joe and Roddy. That's 1. Saraya's defending the belt. That's 2. Mox is defending the belt. That's 3. Oh yeah, Claudio's 4. Couldn't forget that, but it is what it is. Alright, so we get all that. And we move on. Alright, then we go to a promo with the Sex Gods, Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and the Ocho, the Wizard, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, Judas and Baybayy. So they come out for a promo, basically hyping up their first ever one-on-one match between themselves at Grand Slam. It's going to be a banger. So they come out, Jericho shows a highlight package of him and Sammy through the years of AEW, and then 4 years they've been there and been together. So after that, Jericho puts over NWA 70, a few years ago, because now I'm up to 75 now, they just had 75. And Jericho says Sammy blew him away when he was watching that pay-per-view before Sammy even got signed to AEW, even though he was in Lucha Underground for a little bit. Near the end of Lucha Underground, that was like season 4, basically. 3 and a little bit, I think it was 3 and a little bit of, mostly 4. But I digress. Sammy appreciates everything that Jericho said about him, but he wants to be looked at in the same light as guys like Bryan Danielson, Moxley, etc., etc. And he can't do that without beating Chris Jericho. So Jericho says Sammy will have to be at his best and be better than he's ever been before, because he's like, I'm bringing it. I'm gonna beat your ass like I've never beaten a man before. And then he's like, kind of makes a snide remark, says, I don't think you're ready to beat me yet. So Sammy's like, there it is. I knew it was coming. So Sammy says that Jericho doesn't respect him in the same light as he does, and says, I will earn your respect after I beat you, Chris. And then after that, we're going to go both win the tag team titles. So that's it. And then they shake hands. Then they kind of pull each other in and go face to face. And then that's it. So, no fisticuffs in that situation. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Next week, Jericho, Sammy Guevara, first time ever. It's going to be a banger of a match. And we move on. Alright, after that, we get a video from last week in the trainer's room where we see MJF getting, he has some ice on his neck, still has those neck problems. Adam Cole, baby, is with him. And then the doctor's like, well, I can't medically clear you. You can't travel this, next week in Cincinnati. But you will be there for Grand Slam. So we got that. So Renee's like, well, who do you want to face, next week in New York City? So MJF says, I rather face either one of them. He says, I can face Roddy, the simp. Ooh. Or, fat. Samoa Joe's fat. Son of a bitch is fucking fat. I'll make him bleed. Okay, Scott, calm down. You okay? Good. He's fat! Okay, stop it. Anyway, so MJ's like, I'm not afraid of either one of them. Then then the greatest thing ever, this whole segment was great. He starts reciting the freaking Scott Steiner Mad promo from, what pay-per-view was that? Victory Road, I think it was, or I forgot what pay-per-view it was. It was Sacrifice, I think. He starts reciting almost word for word the entire Steiner Mad promo, but adding a little bit in between. That was hilarious. I popped for that. I marked out. I'm like, oh shit, man. So MJF gave his version of Steiner math, so I called it Jewish math. No, nothing bad to say about that. I love the Jewish people. We all love you. By the way, happy this weekend, happy Rosh Hashanah, and then a couple weeks, happy Yom Kippur, because that time of year, those Jewish holidays are coming up. So, happy soon-to-be New Year to you guys, to you all my Jewish fans. Love you all. And that's it. So, a little bit of since MJF is a Jew, so a little bit of Jewish math or MJF math, whatever you want to call it. But it's hilarious. And then I forgot what Adam Cole just said one word. I think it was disrespectful or something like that. And then MJ was like, "We're better than you, baby." So, I am really loving at this MJF now. He is dropping nukes, as he said back when he was facing that guy named Phil. I'm MJF and I drop nukes. His promos are so good. They are so good. Even when I first saw him in action back in the New York indie wrestling scene, when he was in FSW and FBW, a little bit of Tier 1, his promos were great. And, he was a man you'd love to hate. The fans would call him Micro Dick. He would, go after fans. Not legit go after fans, but, he would, really go after fans and everything. He slipped me on the head. He slipped me on a high five once. I was like, fuck you, Max, you Micro Dick bitch, But now I have so much respect for Max now. I mean, he has come a long way from a guy that was in Korea to pro. I'll tell you that much. He has come a long way, and look where he is now. I mean, he's the top guy in AEW. When I think of, not of all wrestling, he's the top guy in AEW, but, he'll never reach Roman's level. I'm sorry to say that, but I'm not praising Roman, not being biased to Roman like you people think I am, but I'm not. I'm not biased to Roman at all. I like Roman, but, because he's the champion of champions, he is our tribal chief. We must acknowledge him every Friday night when he's on. But it is what it is. Oh, you like Roman because Issa likes him. No, I don't. No, that's not true. No. I always had I did say what I said a few years ago when I wanted him to die, but it was only his character, not the actual man, Joseph Anoy. People thought, oh, you legit wanted him to die, what's wrong with you? Oh, I hate Cena so much, but I never said I wanted Cena to die. Just saying. And I made the apology video to Roman and his fans for what I said back in 2016, 17, and a little bit of 18, I think. But, when I heard he was diagnosed with leukemia, I took back everything I said about him, wishing death on him and his character and all that shit. So, ever since I did that, I apologized I apologized for what I said and everything. And I just moved on. And, I started to respect Roman a little bit more, even though his promos were starting to stink. They still stunk up until really he became the tribal chief 3 years ago. Roman's just like God now. And I'm liking his promos. His matches have been just bangers. We have to acknowledge him, so I acknowledge him almost all the time. So if you want to call me a Roman Reigns mark, well, thank you very much. But in no way am I a Roman Reigns fan because of Issa. No. Not even close. I didn't subscribe to Issa because she likes Roman. No. I only subscribe to Issa because she's very knowledgeable. She's a bearer of laughs, and she cares about her goddamn subscribers. JD. He's not an egomaniac like that schmuck from Westchester. Jerry. Right? Right, Jerry? You schmuck. Oh, congratulations to the Braves winning another goddamn NL East title tonight. Whoop-de-goddamn do. Big deal. Big fucking deal. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Get past the Dodgers this year. Then we'll see if you can actually win another World Series. But I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it, because I think at this rate, the way the Dodgers have been playing, I think it might be Dodgers-Astros in the World Series. But then again, you never know. I mean, this wacky world of sports. You'd have the underdog, some team like the Seattle Mariners, almost going to the World Series. But right now, I think the powerhouse right now in the American League, besides the Astros, are Otaku's Orioles, who are getting close to winning that the AL East title. It's really a dogfight between them and the Rays right now. And then you got the wild card to worry about, which is just up for grabs right now. But NL East, the Braves have won that division. The Dodgers have won the NL West, basically. I don't know about the Central. I think the Central's a little bit of still a toss-up right now. But, it is what it is. But, it's going to be different without the Mets and Yankees not playing this year like they were last year. But both, the Mets, stunk up the joint in the wild card round. They stunk it up, and then the Yankees breezed through the wild card round. They went to the ALDS, won that, and they faced the Astros and got swept. The Bronx was so clean last year. Probably the cleanest it's been in a long time. But I digress. But this year, the Yankees just stink. The Mets, they started off pretty damn good, and then we all know what happens. They stink. Get rid of their 3 best players, and then what happens? I think it was a bad decision on Billy Epler's part to get rid of freaking Robertson. They get rid of Scherzer and Verlander. Verlander's about to go back to the playoffs again. Scherzer, I think, where did he go? He went to Texas, I believe, and I think Texas got eliminated. Sucks to be you. But it is what it is. Yankees are kind of floundering around in last. I think they're still in last place right now. Their big prospect, that guy named the Martian, whatever, his nickname is the Martian. He's now hurt. He got hurt. He's done for the year. Probably into next year, maybe. So basically, the Yankees are done. The Mets have been done since really July. Oh, wow, they won 2 in a row. Big deal. Who are they playing? They're kind of really playing spoiler because Arizona's trying to get into the wild card chase and everything. But Mets should have swept the fucking Diamondbacks this week. They should have swept them. But it wasn't for the fucking bullpen on Monday night. And they almost blew it last night, but thankfully, they won 7-4. They got an extra run in the 8th inning, thankfully. And then, Adam out of bringing a lot of runs, Ottavino comes in, two inning save. Mets win the game. Then tonight, they basically came out, whipped the Diamondbacks' ass. Joey Lucchesi, kind of making, a statement. 7 great innings, run 1 ball, even though that run didn't really matter. It wasn't even earned. I think it was on a freaking error. I forgot what it was. But, Joey Lucchesi, making a statement saying, "Hey, I want to be the 5th starter next year." Or at least in the rotation. I'd put him there. So, but what do you have? You have Senga. I don't know about McGill and Peterson. I think one or both of them might be gone. And then Lucchese, Quintana. Not a great pitching staff. Not a great starting five. But, I mean, now that the Mets have got that guy, David Stern, as the president of baseball operations, this is something to look at. Met fans are going gaga over this guy. He came from Milwaukee. Mets really wanted him. David Stern is a big-time Met fan. So, something to look at. So, for next year. So, next year, people are saying, oh, the Mets are not going to contend next year. I don't know about that. We'll have to see what, Mr. Billy Epler does. And if Uncle Stevie opens his big checkbook again, maybe he gets Ohtani. I doubt it, but it would be nice. Or does Mike Trout come to the Yankees? I don't think the Yankees need Trout. They don't need another guy that's injury prone, like Stanton, like Judgy Wudgy. At least Trout's not like Stanton and Judge, steroid users. But I digress. But yeah, like I said, Trout will just be a DH. Maybe play right field or center field. But I think he won't really do much with the Yankees because he's injury prone. I mean, the Yankees are going to try to go after Ohtani as well. But, I mean, if the Mets don't get Ohtani, it's not the end of the world. They still looking at Yamamoto, the guy that threw a no-hitter last week. I would love to have the Mets have Yamamoto in the starting rotation with Senga, so you have the Japanese 1-2. And then you can work around that rotation. You can build a 3, 4, and 5. I still think they need another bona fide starter, like maybe a Blake Snell from the Padres. Put him as number 3. And then what I would do is put Quintana at number 5, and I put Lucchese at number 4. And, you get McGill. He's like up and down. Peterson's up and down too. He has flashes here and there. Same thing with McGill. But, I mean, if they keep Peterson, I would probably either make him a number 4 starter or put him in the bullpen. McGill, if he stays, definite number 4 guy. Or at least number 4. I went number 3, number 4 guy. But Quintana will just be, mop up guy, number 5 guy. He's had flashes this season when he came, he was like basically out for like half the season. He comes back, up and down. He had a couple good games, but still. That Met rotation needs an overhaul, so does the bullpen. I think everybody in the bullpen can go bye-bye. Except for Edwin Diaz. That's it. Get rid of Ottavino because he's garbage. I hate the guy. I can't stand him, that too. The other guys, Drew Smith, get him out. Former Brooklyn Cyclone. You did good for the Cyclones. Did you do anything good for the Mets? Not much. Get him out. All these other guys they got. Hartwig, I'm not really fond of. Trevor Gott, they got from where did they get him from? I think Seattle or Texas, wherever they got him from. Not really that good. All these other guys, like Sean Reed Foley, send him back out. Get rid of him. The Mets need a freaking they got not a fire sale per se, but for the bullpen, yes, fire sale. Get rid of everybody and start building a bona fide bullpen, and get an 8th inning guy at least. Get a setup guy for Edwin Diaz next year. Because right now they got nobody. It's sad. And you get all that. So, and then really the first order of business that Billy Epler and Uncle Stevie Cohen, and even David Stearns needs to do after October the 1st, give Pete Alonso his fucking money. 44 home runs this year. I think 44. Yeah, 44 or 45 home runs already. 108 RBIs. Give him his goddamn money. 5 years. I don't care how much he makes. 5 years, $150 million. Give him $30 million a year. At most, 25, $30 million a year. Give him his money. He'll retire as a Met. And, I would say for the next 5 years, he'll hit between 30 and 50 home runs. Knock in about 110 or more RBIs, unless he gets real hot. Like he did in his rookie year, 2019, he hit 50 some odd home runs. He was just a beast. But he got, Judgy Wudgy hit 62. Big goddamn whoop. Well, he hit like more than 62. I forgot how many he hit actually, but the Yankees win the World Series that year? No. Mets didn't either, so. But still, it is what it is, so. That's the first order of business the Mets have to do is re-sign Alonso, then try to win the Ohtani sweepstakes, try to win the Yamamoto sweepstakes, and then build your rotation, and then build your bullpen. And then get rid of damaged goods like Vogelback. Get rid of him. And get rid of, some useless talent like Sterling Marte. I hate to say that, but get rid of him. Because he gets injury prone so much. Dude hurts his groin. I wonder how. And then he posted a picture on, I think it was on his Instagram page, of basically him and his girlfriend, they got engaged, and his girlfriend sitting on his dick, basically. Not naked, obviously. He's in the backseat of his car, freaking her on top of him. And I'm like, dude has a freaking groin injury. I wonder how he got that. Just saying. But we move on with that. And, yeah, so we'll see what happens with the Mets and Yankees this offseason. But, yeah, it's gonna be different, seeing Mets and Yankees not in the playoffs. So, basically, New York sports has just stunk this year. Mets and Yankees basically around last place. Not good. The Giants got wiped out 40-0 last week by the damn Cowboys. And speaking of damn Cowboys, they're gonna probably destroy the Jets this coming week in Dallas. I would be surprised if they hit 44-47 this week, and I think the Jets will actually put up some points, but not a lot, because now that Rodgers and his discount double check are gone for the year because of his Achilles injury, now they're gonna pray that Zach Wilson is like Brock Purdy, Renaissance, and rebuild the Jets. I don't have faith in that guy. He's 5-4 as a starter. Big fucking whoop. What did he do last year? Basically nothing. He got hurt. He was hurt half the year. Then you bring in Mike Smith, who was pretty damn good in my eyes. I should have kept him. But what did they do? Get rid of him? They bring in Rodgers. And what happens? The second play of the game when he comes in, the second play, freaking gets hurt. Tore his Achilles. He's out for the year. Wasted all that money on Rodgers. But it is what it is. Now the Jets, basically, their hopes and dreams of possibly winning the AFC East down the drain, pretty much. Playoffs, well, it's only week 1, so we'll see. If Zach Wilson is like the Renaissance man, it's like Joe Willie Namath, can get the Jets to the not the Super Bowl, but the playoffs at least. Even if they make the playoffs, they ain't going anywhere. I don't think they're going to be like the Jacksonville Jaguars, go to the playoffs and kind of shock everybody, but no, I highly doubt it. And then they shopped around the idea of getting, good old Mr. 49er himself, Colin Kaepernick. They're throwing around the idea of having Kaepernick come in for the Jets. They've been saying that for years. But, the higher-ups in the Jets are like, nope, we don't want Kaepernick. Nope. Still blackballing that guy. Still blackball the guy because he knelt during the national anthem. Just sad. Just sad that the fucking National Football League and that idiot Roger Goodell basically has no balls to let guys like Kaepernick and people that knelt down with him, you know, they blackball those people. It's like, oh, you can't come back in the league. Fuck you, you know. Stupid. It's just stupid. But Kaepernick on the Jets would have been exciting. Well, not exciting, but it would have been nice. But who knows if he would have if he came to the Jets and resurrected them like he did when he was on the Niners for all those great years until he started to stink. Like back in, I think, 2015, 2016. Stunk. Not the same Kaepernick we all knew and loved back then. You know, the Super Bowl year, 2012. 2011, 2012, 13, I think it was. But, yeah. But it is what it is, but yeah, like I said, Zach Wilson will not be like Brock Purdy is. Brock is 8-0 right now. Going for 9 on Sunday. And I think he's going to mop the floor with those Los Angeles Lambs in SoFi, where basically the Niners have only lost once. That was the NFC title game 2 years ago. That game, don't get me started with that game. God damn it. I mean, if you thought last year was bad, that was a heartbreaker because the pedophile Eagles had to play dirty and stop freaking Brock from going 12-0 and going to the Super Bowl, which we all know that the Niners would have won that game against the Chiefs. That you know they were gonna win. The best defense in the league going up against Mahomes and basically revenge from Super Bowl 55. It is what it is, and that's it. But it is what it is. But I think the Niners are going to win this week. I have a good feeling that they could win. It's going to be a hard game. You know, I don't know how the hell the Seahawks didn't win that game last week against the Rams. They play like shit. The Rams just walled up right over them. But they're not going to do it this week. I don't think Matthew Stafford and company are going to roll over the Niners this week. And, you know, basically the Niners' Achilles heel, Connor, whatever his name is, Cooker, whatever the fuck his name is, Cup. Connor Cup, whatever his name is. No, the guy that really basically rapes the Niners secondary without lube. He's out. Thank the Lord for that. Sit your ass down and you wait till the end of the year. When it really probably won't matter when the Niners just like obliterate the fucking NFC West. So Niners defense doesn't really have to cover him, like double team, maybe even triple team him. But yeah, Connor Cup ain't gonna be playing on Sunday. So that gives the Niners a big time advantage. But we'll see what happens. But that offensive line of the Niners needs a lot of work. So especially that guy, what's his name? Connor McClitch, whatever the fuck his last name is. Dude, you suck more than Trent Williams sucks on the offensive line. That guy, Trent Williams, fucking sucks, dude. False starts galore. Can't freaking. He lets people. You know, he's like he gives the word Ole defense a new name. Ole. Next thing you know, Brock's like scrambling like he's running all over the place. The guy, I'm like. And he got sacked 3 times because of McVitch and freaking Trent Williams. Because basically they're Ole defense. Sucks, man. It sucks. Now that the Niners have like $44.2 million in cap space, how about getting some offensive line help? There, Mr. John Lynch. How about getting us some offensive line help? couldn't hurt. Got all this money. Shell out about $15 to $30 million. Then you save the rest for next year. Give IOC, you have 12, I would say like, you have 10 to $20 million left over. You give that to fucking IOC. Problem solved. But, you have the money now. Jed York, freaking John Lynch. Offensive line help. Come on. Come on! Please. But I digress. Alright, enough about football. We can go talk about football another day. I meant to do my post game for the Niners this week on Sunday, and I totally forgot about it because I was dead fucking tired on Sunday from watching the garbage fest that the fucking Giant game was. But at least it won me some money on DraftKings. Thank you, Dallas. I hate your guts, but thank you. Thank you for the $150. Loved it. Loved it. Thank you very much. I digress. Meanwhile, all right. Enough about that. All right. So yeah. Let's get back to wrestling. And MJF's promo was just so fucking great. The Jew math, Steiner math, whatever you want to call it, was just great. It was just great. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It was hilarious. That's that. Alright, following that, match number 3, Brian Cage, the Machine Brian Cage, with the man who dances a lot, that's Prince Nana of the Embassy. Let it ride, let it swerve. Swerve in your lane. But anyway, Brian Cage and the real Prince of the Purge, that's Mr. Prince Nana, he takes on the Cowboy. Hangman Adam Page about to do some cowboy shit. And this is their 3rd match in their little trilogy. It's a pretty good match. Swerve comes out, stays on the ramp basically. Not much this match. I mean, it was a pretty decent match. Cage was basically rolling over the Hangman. Hangman comes back near the end, goes to the buckshot lariat, and we had a nice little sequence where Page tries to go for the buckshot, and Brian Cage picks him up, goes for the F5, and then Hangman turns it into a move. He gets a move, then we get a roll up for a near fall. Brian Cage with the discus lariat, Hangman ducks, then he picks up Brian Cage, hits the Deadeye, that kind of reverse tombstone power driver. 1, 2, 3, the Cowboy. The Hangman, Adam Page, did some cowboy shit. Gets the win over Brian Cage. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. We get that. Swerve's not too happy with that. And then, Hangman gets on the mic, says Swerve wanted his spot. His spot, dog spot, never spot, but his spot. But he wouldn't find him himself. He had to get, guys like Brian Cage to get some agony to basically attack him. So he basically said, Swerve, I guess your balls are in Prince Nana's Burger King crown. Ooh. Ouch, that was savage. Be easy there, Hangman. And then Swerve gets on the mic, he says, what up, turd? And basically says the beef between them won't be solved tonight, but it's going to end when I say it's going to end. He's like, it's going to be on my time. So he challenges the Hangman for a match at Wrestle Dream on September the 1st in Seattle, which is basically whose house? Swerve's house. Even though he doesn't live in Seattle, I don't think. Anyway, Swerve says the Hangman should get tuned up first. He says, right there, Brian. And then Brian Cage, wakes up, attacks from behind, starts beating him down, Swerve, I think, looked on. Prince Nana's like cheering him on and everything. Then out of nowhere, we get the Young Bucks. Matt and Nick Jackson, they come in. They super kick freaking Brian Cage, double super kick to him, and then we see Prince Nana doing the Nana dance, and then we know freaking Nick Jackson's like that doing the dance as well, very corny looking, you know, and then Matt Jackson's just like standing there, just standing there waiting to do the super kick, and then eventually Prince Nana turns around, and then he waits for a second, then they hit the super kick on Nana, laying him out. So, I don't know what's going to be coming at. Maybe a 6-man tag team match. Maybe for the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team belts. So you got the Hung Bucks against the Embassy. I mean, we'll have to see what happens with that. I think that's probably going to become a match. Maybe this week on Rampage, or maybe on Collision, or maybe on Ring of Honor TV. I don't know. But we'll have to see what happens with that. But I do see a 6-man tag team match coming between the Hung Bucks and the Embassy. And that's it. But now we got Brian Cage. Not Brian Cage, sorry. Prince. I can't even say. Freaking the Hangman Adam Page taking on Swerve Strickland one-on-one at Wrestle Dream. So we got 2 matches already on the card for Wrestle Dream. We got Bryan Danielson against Zack Sabre Jr. Now we got Swerve and Hangman. And possibly a 3rd match might be announced, and that's Takeshita versus Ibushi. So we got 2 official matches, and a possible 3rd one already coming your way for Wrestle Dream 3 weeks from Sunday. So, Tony Khan, hey, you're getting the matches done on time, eh? Good man. Good man. Now, can you do that when Full Gear comes around? Just saying. Because you know how Tony Khan, he'll announce one match, and then that'll be it, and it's like, where's the other matches? Oh, we're going to do them the week of the pay-per-view. That's not good. Oh, you have all the storyline, and then the matches get announced, for 0 Hour and the main show. You can't do that. I like how WWE, does it, They start a new feud, then they have to build up to the match, and then if it continues on, they continue the feud and the promos and everything for a rematch. It'll be on Raw or SmackDown, or the next pay-per-view, they build that up. You don't have to wait. But sometimes, they do the same thing too. Sometimes they just make a match right before the pay-per-view, usually on SmackDown or Raw. They're like, hey, this match got announced. Where's the bill for this match? But I'm old school. I like when, you had a feud and it would just go on for a couple weeks, good build, and then you had the match, and then if it kept going for another 2-3 months, you have all that space in between. That's how I like it. I don't like, just have storyline build and then the match gets announced. The match you should have the match announced a week or 2 after the feud starts, then you build up again. Just can't have the match with basically like a week build. That's it. I'm like, come on. I hate that shit. I hate Tony Khan doing that. But now we got 2 official matches for Wrestle Dream. We're 3 weeks away. So we're gonna get more matches coming up in the next couple weeks. I don't know if there's gonna be a pre-show. I would assume there will be, because this show is gonna be stacked on October the 1st. Sunday night. That's going up against football. Oh, depending on I don't even know what. I got my book. My book's where's my book? I was over there. I'm not gonna go get it. But whatever it is, a Sunday night game. If it's a great game, if it's a good matchup, I don't think anybody's gonna watch Wrestle Dream. But I am. I'm not watching Sunday Night Football unless the Niners are playing. Then I'm like, I might not even. I might have to, have to fire up the Niner game on the rich man's cable. Then I have to have Wrestle Dream on, the computer here, the desktop. While watching, I gotta do three things at the same goddamn time. I gotta watch Issa's live stream. I gotta watch the I gotta watch the pay-per-view, and I gotta look in on the Niners from time to time. But Niners ain't playing on that day, so not that night, so don't have to worry about it. But if I did, then I worry about it. Right? That night I don't have to worry about it. Even on the, even on Saturdays when the Niners playing on a Saturday, which won't be till like probably the end of the year anyway. But we got that, which is great. I think the Niners are playing on my birthday. Actually, I think either my birthday or Christmas. So that'd be a nice birthday present to have the freaking Niners gonna win. Maybe the Jets too, but I mean it is what it is. No, I think the Niners are playing on Christmas. I think. I know they're playing Thanksgiving night, which is a rarity for the Niners to play on Thanksgiving. Got the old school, Lions against the Cowboys. I think the Lions are playing the Cowboys in the first game. I forgot who's playing the second game. I think it's the Giants are playing on that day too. I don't know, but got the second game like I think at 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then at 8 o'clock the Niners are playing. That's a long day of football. But usually I do my Thanksgiving festivities late, like during the second game, unless I don't go to my parents' house. I go to my relative, my uncle's house. We get there early, so we catch maybe a little bit of the first game. Then we watch the second game, and then we go home, and then the night game. I'm like, all right, I gotta watch the Niners. Hopefully, I don't have to do that. But if I do go to my uncle's house in Jersey, I'm like, we better leave like 4 o'clock, dude. Get there at like 1 o'clock. Eat, have fun, watch some football, joke around, have some good food and stuff like that. Then I'm like, we gotta get back on the road. I am not missing that Niner game. Even if I have the freaking app on my phone. I gotta watch it in the car. Come on! Faster! God damn it! But I digress. Yeah, I can't wait for the Niners to play on Thanksgiving night. That's gonna be great. But we'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, so like I said, we got 2 official matches announced for Wrestle Dream, Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. Now we got Swerve Strickland versus the Hangman, Adam Page. So it should be some good shit. And that's that. Alright, after that, we go to match number 4. We got tag team match. We got 2.0 of Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. Do you want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? You want to know? Go ask him on YouTube. Go ask him. Tell him Peter Joseph sent you. Anyway, they take on the team of Nick fucking Wayne and Darby Allin. How you doing? I come from Seattle. I weigh 125 pounds soaking wet. My back is broken. Oh my god. Anyway, this was an okay match. Really quick match. Christian and Luchasaurus come out. They do some commentary. Christian, going amok on commentary. Blah, blah, blah. Match itself was pretty damn quick. Darby and Nick fucking Wayne get the win after, we get a blind tag. Nick fucking Wayne hits Wayne's World, time, excellent. Hits that out of nowhere, gets a near fall on Parker. Then Darby hits one of those, crazy suicide dives, almost kills himself on Matt Maynard on the outside. And then they go up top. on the same goddamn turnbuckle, and Nick Wayne moonsaults to the outside as Darby hits the coffin drop on who was it? On Angelo Parker. 1, 2, 3, they get the win. Match gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. That was it. So Darby and Nick fucking Wayne get the win. It's that, and then Christian gets off commentary and just goes, he's like, I'm not going to talk about your dad anymore. I'm going to talk about your mom. And he's like, I was scrolling through your mom's Instagram last week, and, I followed her and everything, but she doesn't post enough bikini pics. I was like, damn, you are a savage. Then he mentions, Christian needs to have, he talks about, I think it was All In, All In, when they were in that tag team match. When Christian was tagging, I forget with who, and didn't have his regular partner, so, like, everybody on Twitter was, like, going amok because Edge is possibly coming to AEW. I mean, he's not even on the freaking, he was on the roster page, and they took him off, then he put him back on. I think the Legends roster, and a lot of people, like, Sean Ross Sapp and Raj Giri are saying that Edge is pretty much going to AEW now. Whether he debuts at Grand Slam next week, I don't know. But imagine Edge in AEW. He comes out with, Metalingus. On this day, everybody is going to go crazy. You think you know me. Everybody's going to go crazy at Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium, or whenever he debuts. So either he's probably going to come out to Metalingus because he owns the rights to the song. Because WWE don't own that shit. So, he'll give it to Nick Khan. Nick Khan will have full royalties for that. Legally, he can use that. He can use Final Countdown for Bryan Danielson, because we're going to hear that either at Grand Slam next week, or most likely, we're definitely going to hear it at Wrestle Dream. Definitely hearing that. But, man, he's going to have Metalingus by Alter Bridge playing. Oh. But then again, I mean, Edge can come out to Never Gonna Stop by Rob Zombie. I don't think I think he owns that too, I think. I don't think WWE owns the rights to that song. I'm not sure, but obviously they can't call him Edge. You're going to call him Adam Copeland, which is his real name. Unless Edge got trademarked his name, his name Edge. But if not, then we're going to see Adam Copeland become All Elite pretty soon. And another person possibly going to be All Elite soon is Mercedes Moné. Sasha Banks, the boss. She's probably going to come in for a few appearances, maybe near the end of the year. I would love to see her at Wrestle Dream go against either Jade Cargill or maybe Paige. I think we'll see that. We will see that in about 5-6 years in the making. Where, Sasha accidentally basically ended Paige's career in Madison Square Garden in that house show. It looks like, Paige, took a long time to come back. She comes back last year. We didn't think she was going to come back at all. Comes back. Has done some pretty decent stuff. Not great stuff, but still. She's now your AEW Women's Champion. She will face Toni Storm next week. But, I think around the corner, we're going to see Mercedes Moné and Saraya Knight one-on-one and see if Paige can get her revenge. And we'll see. That was with that. Alright, so then Christian, talks about, it's like, I didn't have my regular partner with me. So he throws out the challenge next week. Darby and the man called Sting. It's Stink! So he wants them to team up against him and Luchasaurus in a tag team match next week at Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium. So we'll see what happens with all that. I think it will be announced probably this weekend. The match is official. But we'll see what happens with that. Every time that Darby and Sting team up, Darby and Sting win. So I would assume that that Darby and Sting will beat Christian and Luchasaurus next week, and then maybe we'll have another match between Christian and or a match with Christian and Darby for the actual TNT title. But we'll have to see what happens with that. What stipulations might be in that? Maybe Luchasaurus, maybe another coffin match. That'll be number 5 for Darby, because he had one at All In, which they won against Christian and Swerve. So we had that. We'll see what happens with that. And we move on. Alright, after that we go to your main event of the evening, the finals of the Grand Slam Eliminator Tournament. We had the Messiah of the Backbreaker, the wrestling legend. Oh, there was a segment with Roddy and the Kingdom, Mike Bennett, and I'm Matt Taven talking about Adam! And then Adam Cole comes in, they bicker here and there, and then Roddy's like, you weren't there for me, the same shit that's been going on for the last couple weeks. So we have all that. So Roddy takes on the Ring of Honor Television Champion for 518 days. That's Samoa Joe. Match was pretty good, not like their matches in Ring of Honor. But back and forth they went. Getting to the end, Roddy charges into the Joanagi, the Uranagi, basically laying him out. Roddy didn't have the neck brace as always. Mike Bennett and I'm Matt Taven at ringside calling fans Melvins and shit. So after Joe hits the Uranagi, he puts Roddy on the top, looking for the Muscle Buster, which really would have done a lot of damage to Roddy's neck area. But the Kingdom get on the apron to cause a distraction. Roddy uses it to hit the angle slam for a near fall. Then he hits the sick kick, which has won him titles galore. The TV title against Adam Cole, Baybayy. The world title against that guy named Seth Rollins. I was there for that. Glory by Honor 9 back in 2010. me and the missus were there. Rose's first actual Ring of Honor show, I might add. Anyway, Roddy hits a sick kick. Joe then hits a big time Lariato out of mid-air. Then he locks in the Coquina Clutch, and Roddy had no other choice but to tap out pretty quickly. So, Samoa Joe is your winner. He is the winner of the tournament, and he will face Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF, for the AEW World Heavyweight title next week in Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium. And we get all that. So, the match was pretty decent. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And then afterwards, we had like about 5 minutes left. I'm like, what are we going to do now for 5 minutes? Besides running down the card and all that shit. So, Samoa Joe takes the mic. He's like, Max! I'm coming for you, Max! And basically say, I'm coming into your backyard, and I'm going to take everything that you have, kid. Everything. So, like, what the hell are you talking about? Everything. So then, he goes up the ramp, goes to the back, and then Roddy gets up, he's kind of holding his neck, and, Mike Bennett and Matt Taven are helping him up, congratulating him on a good, hard-fought match. And then out of nowhere, Adam Cole, Baybayy, comes down to the ring, as Roddy's kind of like, embracing the Kingdom, and then Roddy's like, ugh! He takes, he falls to the ground, grabbing his neck, because he's, selling a neck, the neck injury that he still supposedly has. And then, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are calling for Doc Samson to get in the ring. Doc Samson comes in the ring. Other people start filling in the ring, medics and EMTs coming in. And Adam's like trying, he's like, what happened? You okay? Roddy, what's going on? And then Matt Taven and Mike Bennett are yelling at the guy, saying, this is your fault! So, basically, Roddy playing possum, you knew it was fake. blah blah blah. They put Roddy on a stretcher. They put him on the stretcher, and Roddy's like, Adam, where are you? And Adam's like, I'm right here, buddy. I'm right here. And Roddy's like, I can't see you, I can't see you, Adam. That was hilarious. So after that, they stretcher him out. Adam's trying to go up the ramp and go on the side of the ramp where they go and then go to the back. And so Mike Bennett and Matt Taven do a great job blocking him, but then eventually Adam Cole goes up the ramp while Mike Bennett and Matt Taven are going out with Roddy. They're still arguing with Adam Cole, Baybayy. Then Adam Cole's on the stage. He's got his back turned, and I was like, I bet you Joe comes out. So, on cue, Joe comes out, locks in the coquina clutch, and basically chokes Adam Cole out, sending a message to his good friend Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, and that's pretty much it. So then we end the show with Joe kind of it's like, oh man, goes to the back. Then we see referees and a couple of I think Doc Sampson was there, or some other security guards were there checking on Adam Cole. Basically, like So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe Adam Cole gets his revenge on Samoa Joe. I don't know. Maybe in that match with MJF. I don't think Joe's going to win the belt next week. I mean, it'll be shocking if he does, but I doubt it because it's in New York. It's MJF's hometown, basically, so I doubt he's going to lose. So, I think with Max is going to win, possibly with Adam Cole's help, and then maybe we'll get Cole versus Joe, which I don't think we ever I don't think we ever seen before. I might be wrong on that. We might see that for the Ring of Honor TV title, and I wouldn't be surprised if Joe loses the belt to Adam Cole, Baybayy. Adam Cole's already won the TV title, so be his second reign as TV champ. I mean, he has to win the Pure Championship to kind of win the trifecta. The Grand Slam. He's won the world titles, he's won the tag titles now, and he's the TV champ. Now all he has to win is the Pure title to be the Grand Slam. But I don't think we'll ever see Adam Cole go for the Pure title. But you never know if he even wants to win that title. But I'd like to see him and Shibata go at it, even though Shibata will wipe the floor with him. But we'll see what happens with that. But something to look at next week, through this weekend and into next week. What Adam Cole might do, try to get revenge on Joe for choking him out. But we'll see what happens with that. So I gave the match 3 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. So overall, pretty decent edition of Dynamite tonight. And now we're on the road to Arthur Ashe Hall Stadium next week in Queens, New York City for AEW Grand Slam Dynamite, Grand Slam Rampage. And should be some good stuff next week. And see what happens with that. So we got Rampage this week. A couple good matches on the card. We got Jade Cargill against Chris Statlander. I think we obviously know who's going to win that. It's not going to be Jade, because Jade is finishing up in AEW, and from sources like Sean Rossap, Raj Giri on Twitter, and other sources, they're saying that Jade is finishing up her duties and her matches in AEW, and possibly will be going to the WWE. That should be interesting. Now, do you put her on the main roster, or do you put her in NXT? That's the question. I would probably have her go to the main roster. I don't think it would be fitting for her to go to NXT, mop the floor with that women's division. But I'd rather her go to the main roster so we can see Jade versus Becky, the man Becky Lynch, Jade versus Mama Rhea Ripley. Oh, that match would be slapping meat, you know what I mean? Booty meat. That match would be great. Jade versus Asuka, Jade versus Io. I think Jade will fit in well in the WWE Women's Division. Probably inject it with, with her hotness and, her power. I don't know if she's going to go on another streak like she went on in AEW 60-0. I don't think that might happen, but I don't know. But yeah, so, got that match Friday night. Statlander's most likely going to retain. I would be shocked if they give the TBS title back to Jade for a second time, only to have her drop it real quick before she leaves AEW for good and goes to WWE, probably be debuting in NXT or on the main roster. But we'll see what happens with that. But that's kind of big news that Jade Cargill possibly going to the WWE. That's big news. But we shall see what happens with that. There was talk that Mandy Rose might be coming back to wrestling. I don't know where. We don't know yet. But they might bring her back to NXT, bring her back to the main roster. I kind of doubt that, the way they kind of released her. Because of the whole stupid, it wasn't OnlyFans. It was her other website. Now she's not even on that. Now she's strictly on OnlyFans. So we got that. But if she does come back, I like to see her in Impact or AEW, or maybe she goes to Japan, goes to Stardom. I don't know. Probably I would think she'd either go to Impact or AEW. That would be amazing to see. Maybe she can form a stable like Toxic Attraction with somebody, but we'll have to see what happens with that. So those are some stories to look at this weekend. On Rampage, Collision should be good live this Saturday night. Bryan Danielson and Moxley taking on Big Cass and Ricky Starks. That should be a great match, and a whole lot more on Rampage and Collision this weekend. We got SmackDown this Friday night. I think Grayson Waller's going to interview John Cena. That should be interesting. And a whole lot more. We'll see what happens with Jimmy Uso and AJ Styles and Solo Me Boogie. And all that other stuff on SmackDown this Friday night. Should be some good shit. We got The Miz and LA Knight 2 as well. Hopefully Eli wins again, because Miz is garbage. But we'll see what happens with that. So got a couple more days to the weekend. And got some great wrestling action coming your way. Ring of Honor tomorrow. Rampage and SmackDown Friday night on your Friday Night Delight. And Saturday night, Collision to end the weekend. And then we got next week to go. And then we got a big week to end September. We got Raw, we got NXT, the go home show before No Mercy. Dynamite, go home show before Wrestle Dream, Rampage as well. Collision, the night before Wrestle Dream. Got SmackDown to get through. And then September the 30th, Saturday night, September the 30th, we got NXT No Mercy from Bakersfield, California. And then the night after that, Sunday, October the 1st, Wrestle Dream, the new AEW pay-per-view. It should be some pretty damn good event from Seattle. So, some good stuff coming away. And then the week after that, we got October the 7th, which is Fastlane. We got that as we go into the month of October. And then we got Halloween Havoc for NXT on Halloween. We got October the 21st, I believe, is Bound for Glory in Chicago. And that's it. Then we turn the calendar to November. Crown Jewel might be coming around. Crown Jewel 5 in Saudi Arabia. And then November the 18th, I believe, is Full Gear. The last pay-per-view of the year for AEW. And then pretty much the last pay-per-view of the year for the WWE. November the 25th in Chicago for the Survivor Series. Possibly the return of War Games. And we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if anything's going to happen in December. Maybe an NXT pay-per-view, but we'll see. And then we get the 2024. We got Wrestle Kingdom 18. And then at the end of January, like I mentioned earlier in my last video, check it out down below. The Royal Rumble from Tampa Bay, and then we're on the road to WrestleMania 40 in that shithole in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So, long way to go before the end of the year. Got a lot of events to talk about, a lot of news to get to cover, but I'm gonna be here hopefully through the end of the year with all your analysis, results, predictions, all that good shit you know me so well for. And that's it. So hit that bell to get notified of when I do another video so you don't miss anything from now until the end of the year and going into next year, hopefully. We'll see. And get all that. And just check out my reviews on my respective channels. Hit the bell, smash that like button, subscribe to my channels, and share the video all over the internet and all the other good shit that you all know and love. And if you want, you can leave a comment down below in the comments section. Alright, that is it. It is late, and I gotta go to bed, because I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph, signing off. Once again, before I leave, thank you so much for the views that I've gotten on my last couple of videos, especially my SmackDown video. It's just not blown up, but, you know, pretty damn good viewership on my SmackDown video. Over 500 views in almost a couple of days, almost a week. That's pretty damn good. Not great, but no, it's good. Thank you all for that. And I didn't watch it 500 times, so I don't even go there. Or like my video 10 times, because you can't prove that either. And I don't need to prove that I like my own videos. And if listen to my words, if I did, who gives a fuck? But it is what it is. So thank you for the viewership on that. Thank you for the viewership on my Raw review. Over 200 hits on that already. It's not even been out for a couple of days now. So thank you for that. My video yesterday about the WWE UFC merger starting to climb up. So thank you for that. And my current video for the Royal Rumble and NXT possibly going to Wednesday nights, which probably won't happen. But that video is starting to gain some traction. So, you know, little by little, you know, I'm doing my job. So people are watching, whether you like it or not. You are watching. Thank you for the why. Thank you for that. You know, if you like the video, great. Thank you. Show your support. You know, if you're a newcomer here, you know, and you're not a schmuck troll, then leave a comment. So, you know, say great channel and stuff like that. Whatever you want. You know, but you gotta be real. If you're a fake troll, you're automatically blocked. So if you don't like it, kiss my ass. And that's it. But if you're an actual real person, you're a real subscriber, and not a fake, you know, not a subscriber, then you're just acting like, you know, you're just playing off as a real subscriber, and just playing it off as a fake, you know, try to fool me and everything, but, you know, I'm smarter than that. But, you know, I'll play your game, and I always win, so it is what it is. But if you're an actual real person on YouTube, you're on here for the first time on YouTube, and you come across my channels, and you see I'm talking about for the professional wrestling with great analysis, great reviews, you know, some sarcasm, some satire in here, some impressions here and there of wrestling. It's like, Mike Awesome, you know, a lot of people like that. You know, so, you know, if you like it, you know, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you wish, and whatever else you want to do with that. And that's it. So thank you all for all the views and all the support. Keep it coming, and that's pretty much it. So I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. My final rating for AEW Dynamite tonight, 7.25 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys think down below. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. Peace out. Rock on and rock hard with your motherfucking cooch. And if you're not down with that, oh, you're just pretty much you're SOL, and you don't know what that. We all know what that means. Ha ha ha! So you're not down with that. You're SOL, and that's just too bad for you because me and the Purge and everybody else, you're not down with all of us. Well, we got 3 motherfucking words for you, and that is the greatest 3 words in the history of this goddamn sport and this website and in real life too. Fuck you, man. That's it. You don't like it? Too fucking bad, bitches. That's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody, and I'll see you again next time. Peace. Ah.